Hey guys, I decided to make a separate video talking about the Digital Foundry video because I imagine most people aren't going to click the comments and go and watch it. So I thought I'd just chuck it up on my channel. Now, remember a while ago, I did a few things. I said that basically it's going to be modern, but not modern enough. And I did a video here talking about, did China steal the rain? China. And I spoke about how atmosphere is really important in games and the new modern games isn't it. Loads of people in the comments agreed and said that they've tried to basically make the game look as technically accurate as possible, but they've lost the soul of the game. You know, the darkness is gone. So what did I mean by this? Well, Digital Foundry have done a great video. This is it. I want you to look at these two scenes. This on the left is the rain, fog and atmosphere from a game on the PlayStation 2 in 2001. And on the right hand side, where I am, if I make myself a tiny bit smaller, is Gears Reloaded. Now look at the difference in that rain here in terms of we're going to make sure the end user can see all of the rain so they understand it's raining. We're going to use 4K texture, HDR, variable refresh rate, all of the tech in the world. And they're going to be able to write down and tell PlayStation and Sony, hey, we've got this thing working on your system. We at the Coalition now know how to make products for your system. This is our test. We know how to do it. It's got this, it's got that, it's got this visual, it's got this technique, it's got this lighting, it's got this shader. But the end result is it doesn't look good. Which looks more atmospheric? Tell me, which looks more atmospheric? Now you might understand when I say the games are two completely different games. The one on the left, the original, what do you think? Wow, I am in a muddy, dark hellhole. I'm in the rain, it's gritty, I'm trudging down a path, I can't see where I'm going, where I'm heading, is something going to jump out? On the right hand side, I'm in a lovely lit forest with some candlelight buildings in the background and everything's visible and it looks like a lovely stroll. There's even some aesthetic tree particles blowing past. Wow, but look at the difference. Look how much of a difference it makes. Which looks scarier, which looks more like a horror movie, which has the... And now people are going to say, oh, but look at the textures of Marcus's shoulder. If you zoom in this in 4K variable refresh rate, the two characters look totally different. Totally different. The atmosphere looks totally different. We're not even talking about multiplayer. We're talking about what the PlayStation people see as their very first ever experience of Gears. They're seeing this one. That's what they're seeing. Look how nicely the bridge is lit. The bridge isn't lit here. It looks dark. It looks gloomy. You don't know what's going on. There's rain dripping down. There's no rain in multiplayer. There's no atmosphere in multiplayer. There's no atmosphere in the game. So they've got sharpness and aesthetics for overmood. Now look at the krill. I want you to think about the first time you saw the krill in 2006. This is the krill in Reloaded. Individual krill, you can see each krill there, you can see the skylight, you can see these areas here are softly lit, the buildings are well lit, this side has light coming on it, this side is shadowed, you can see here there's more reflection of the direction of the light, and technically on a piece of paper you can tell everybody that this image looks great. Wow, doesn't this image look great? And if you've never seen Gears of War, this image might look great too. But look at the difference. That is the scene. Dark, murky, blurry, motion blur, the swarm. And it's just, look at the difference. On the right, oh, it's a lovely summer's day. The sun is fading on Sarah. And on the left, literal hell. I don't know if I want to be there. Look, you can see the krill coming out. Here, it's like, whoa. You're literally looking at two different games. This is not a remaster at all. These two images are just totally different color palette, and a few people in the video were like, bro, you can't be moaning about a color palette because I said Mansion was green, Canals was blue, Tyro Station was orange. They were like, mate, You can't be moaning about that because it was just that the lighting was inaccurate. Well, maybe the lighting wasn't accurate. Maybe this one on the left here isn't very accurately lit, but my God, doesn't it look better? And so when people ask me to review the game, I'm thinking, I'm a PlayStation guy. I've never seen this before. Yeah, you're going to think the one on the right looks okay and nice, but my goodness, the one on the left, you should be making the one on the left look exactly the same theme-wise, dark, smudgy, swarmy, swirling round, it's dark, it's gritty. That's what you should be making, but in 4K, better volumetric fog around the krill, whatever you want to do. Not this. These are two totally, and that's what I mean with TC. I genuinely I genuinely feel, and I'm not even trying to be insulting, they just have no idea what a Gears of War game is. They just don't. They just genuinely don't. They've been given the product and they're having a go. And, you can look at things like this and you can go, wow, isn't it beautifully lit? Isn't it fantastic? Everybody's lit up well and it looks great. But, it's not the same, is it? That's the difference. It's just not the same. You might look at these, and go, well, the one on the right here is, that barrel's technically more shaded. The one on the left, but the theme and the magic of the game is it just looks a bit dull to me. It looks like every game ever, doesn't it? Crisp, sharp, modern Disney style aesthetics, but this is the game that I remember. The 2006 pure grit. That's what I remember. I thought PlayStation players would be seeing this, but modernized with better graphics and all of that, and rain would be dripping off his shoulder. There might be slightly more pops of color and stuff, and they can pick it out. But what they've done is they've just made the thing look as accurate as possible, but lost all charm in my eyes. I mean, this, what is this? A perfectly clean random stone with some pebbles around it and a lovely tree, and looks like you could go for a nice relaxing walk down there with your dog. Here your dog's getting eaten, bro. You turn that corner, your dog's getting eaten. Then that's the difference. And yeah, people will say, oh, well, the one on the left looks trash. Look at the FPS, look at the flickering of the FXAA, and yeah, so I just don't think this is a very good introduction to PlayStation players, because PlayStation players will see this and just think, yeah, it looks okay, it looks nice, but they won't get the atmosphere that the original created. So yeah, I just thought I'd put that video out there. Let me know what you think.